What's up, guys? Welcome into another episode of the Michigan Recruiting Report. I am your host, EJ Hall, and the Wolverines have landed a big commitment on the recruiting trail. Before we dive into that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, get notifications every time we drop new videos, and as always, subscribe to thewolverine.com today. Use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at thewolverine.com. Again, use the promo code UM1, get exclusive insider information on everything Michigan recruiting, as well as the team, transfer portal, basketball, and so much more. All right, guys. So like I said, Michigan scored a big commitment on the recruiting trail this time in the 2027 recruiting class. The Wolverines already building some early momentum, landing 2 offensive line commits in Louis Esposito and Tristan Dare. Now, the Wolverines have the face of the class already in top 100 quarterback Peter Bourque out of New England. Peter Bourque has long been considered Michigan's top quarterback target. There were a few others that Michigan really liked, like Malachi Ziegler, Elijah Haven, Teddy Gerard. But at the end of the day, I always felt like Bourque was the guy for new offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey. Remember, Lindsey went out to New England, saw Bourque throw live in the spring. Actually, as soon as Lindsey arrived at Michigan, he was in constant contact with Bourque, who had already previously made several visits to Ann Arbor. Again, Lindsey saw him throw in the spring, was very, very impressed, brought him in for the passing academy in June, where he was the co-quarterback MVP. And kind of down the stretch here, it seemed like things rapidly progressed at the quarterback position in 2027 with Malachi Ziegler and Peter Bourque emerging as the 2 quarterback possibilities. I think Bourque was always the guy in Lindsey's mind. Ziegler offered some upside and some athleticism, but was going to be a guy that probably had to sit a while and develop. With Peter Bourque, I think he's the guy that Bryce Underwood can hand the torch to. He's ready to come in and play early. He checks a lot of boxes. He's that tall pocket passer at 6'4", 195 pounds, but he also has the mobility, very crafty in and around the pocket, really excels at making throws on the run, slippery, avoids defenders in the pocket, and has really good arm strength as well. He can push the ball down the field. He's accurate, short to intermediate. He's very polished. I had a chance to see him at the Under Armour camp in New Jersey in May, and I thought he was the best recruit there, and that included, some 5-star prospects too. But I thought Peter Bourque really shined at that camp. When you look at his film again, you see everything that new Michigan offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey really looks for at the position. The athleticism, you see him scrambling there, making an impressive throw on the run, a deep throw on the run, on the money for a touchdown. Those are the types of plays that J.J. McCarthy used to make, right? I think you can see that with Bourque. He's also a true threat with his legs. He can make things happen, and he's a powerful runner. He's a big kid. He's more filled out than J.J. Was as a recruit, maybe not as dynamic, but, again, bigger kid. Michigan has been looking, I think, for a quarterback like a JJ for a while. Obviously, they landed an extreme talent in Bryce Underwood last cycle. And now, again, I think Underwood can hand the torch off to Peter Bourque. You have a really safe, high floor take in Brady Smeagol, who can be a late career starter or a very high quality backup. But I think Peter Bourque just brings that juice. He's the guy you want to transition from Bryce Underwood. I think the quarterback position at Michigan is now in very safe hands. You're going from the former #1 overall recruit in the country to a top 100 prospect, who I think has a chance to finish as a top 50 prospect, depending on how he does this season as a junior. He plays against pretty decent competition, one of the best New England prep schools. He, again, really impressed at that Under Armour camp against national competition. I'm really not concerned about any one area of Peter Bourque's game. He's kind of a quarterback that brings that rare mix of a high floor and a high ceiling, kind of, again, similar to JJ. I talked about him having a high ceiling as well as a high floor just because of his ability to process. He brings a good baseline with his legs. Like I said, really good arm talent and just fundamentally sound. Like, mechanics are so great. Every ball for the most part at that New Jersey camp, even on a windy day, clean, crisp, accurate, ball pops out of his hands, tight spiral every time. So again, it's hard to find a lot of faults in Peter Bourque's game. And, you know, he is a little older for his class, similar to Brady Smeagol. And that's one of the knocks I've had on Smeagol. But at the same time, I think Bourque just brings more athleticism, more upside, more juice, has a higher floor. I'm sorry, a higher ceiling. So there's just, again, a lot of great things to say about Peter Bourque. And remember, Bryce Underwood was a late addition last cycle, so they didn't really get a chance to build the class around him, and they haven't had a quarterback to build the class around since JJ. I mean, after JJ, Michigan took several project takes. Peter Bourque is really going to be that first quarterback that Michigan can build a class around. I think he'll be a very valuable weapon on the recruiting trail, a vocal recruiter, and will really help the Wolverines build a special 2027 class. And there are a lot of top wideouts out there like Dakota Guerin and Monsoon Sales. It's going to be a very pivotal year at wide receiver. So it's great for Michigan to get Peter Bourque on the boat early on. So for more on the Peter Bourque commitment, make sure to head over to thewolverine.com. Again, use that promo code UM1. That's $1 for 2 months over at thewolverine.com. Get everything Michigan insider recruiting information, as well as the team transfer portal, basketball, and so much more. And as always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel for free, and we will see you next time Michigan gets a commit.